All right, guys, everyone, welcome. Seti, bro, what's happening? All good. Anara, David, Irene, Brace, thank you for all for coming. So I was sharing first, there's no trying, except in exceptional cases. There's no trying, either you do or you don't. Nothing replaces action, smart action, with anything. Like there's no replacement of that, okay? And then if you touch base with 10 people a day, that's through you social media, visiting local landlords, attending local events, connecting with 10 people a day, right? You can do it on social media, on Facebook and LinkedIn within an hour, like a lot lesser than an hour. I can connect with 30, 40 people a day in an hour, right? But let's say very conservative 10 people a day. You would connect with 100 people in 10 days, right? So in 10 days, you can find three, statistically proven, I can tell you, you'll find three serious people. Now imagine if you want to take this number three serious people to 100. So you want to create your inner circle and connect with connect with 100 people that you will actually do business with. How long will that take you? Anyone wants to do the numbers? I can do them very quickly. So if it takes you 10 days to make 3 people, how long will it take you to connect with 100 people? 10 times 33, 330 days. Okay. Let's say even if you look at a year, if you connect with just 10 people, guys, it is statistically proven that you will end up with 100 serious people over a period of 1 year. Now reflect back on your life and say, how many years of working life have you had? And then if you're connected with 10 people every day and found 100 serious people over a period of 1 year, how many years have you been working and how many serious investors or developers or people that you could have been doing business with? Where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you still have your leaky bucket. That means, yes, those 100 people that will join, yes, there will be people who will leave. But if you nurture relationships really well, that leaky bucket will be really minor. Okay. But if you don't nurture those relationships, yes, you will have a major leaky bucket. You'll connect with 150 will leave. Okay. It's a game of doing consistent effort and connecting with people. Okay, I'm going to come back to really the main subject of the today's session. Okay, but I just wanted to share that because, like I said, a lot of people do not do this. You need to learn to be the connector in your business. If you're not the connector, right? Let me ask everyone this question, right? You walk into an event. Who is the first person you want to talk with? Give me an answer, Damir.
First person.
But when you walk into an event, who is the first person you want to talk with?
But usually we connect with the guys who you know already. That's
okay.
Maybe not the best, but usually you see these guys first.
Okay. Well, that's one quick answer. So Natasha, who's the first person you'll connect with when you walk into an event or even a virtual event or a physical event?
It would be the host, and I personally look for as well recommendations by the host and people who I don't know.
All right, fantastic. So remember, the host is the connector. Host is the one who is nurturing their relationships with you so they can do potentially business with you or people that you may know. Okay? Very, very important, guys. You bring them into your community, you nurture your relationships so you could do business. It's not rocket science. It's very, very, very simple. Consistent effort of connecting with 10 people a day over a period of a year, even if there's 3%, which is what the case is normally, you would end up connecting with over 100 serious investors, developers, landlords that will do business with you. Everyone clear on that? Yeah. Please raise your hand if you're clear on that. It's consistent every day. If you do it one day and then you don't do it for a week, what will happen? You don't get results. Okay? You only get results when you do this every day. Here is the funny bit for you. I used to do it when I was sitting in the toilet. All right? Okay? I don't care. I'm doing bloody work. I'm still connecting. Exactly the reason I'm connected with lots of investors. I had someone approach me literally day before yesterday, and I'm not going to name the person. She might be here. She's not here, but she's there. She messaged me. She's sitting on 350 grand. Okay, I know a couple of other people who are sitting on cash in the inner circle as we speak. And at the back of that, I'm now trying to create like a belt, like a production belt of deals. Raise your hand if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So I'm trying to create a production belt of deals while I already have investors telling me that they're sitting on money, and that we can start to match these deals and get deals over the line. Okay. In fact, I said that Alan. Alan is here. Hi.
Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, hi. Yeah. So again, like I said, it's not rocket science, guys. Even the 13 people that are here in this call, forget about everyone else for a second. 13 people here. We have Seti, he runs an agency. We have Nav, he's an architect. He's already connected with investors, developers, and so on. Damir is working alongside me. Natasha is working alongside me. Alan is already doing developments, working alongside us. Annie, tell us about yourself in the chat box or a bit later. David is already working on deals. Anara is already working on deals. Irene is already in the space as well. Grace is also coming into the space. Manmeet is already starting. Bashar is already starting there. Guys, even if you look at these 30 people that we are here, right, there's so much business we can do between us. Just the 13 people that we see here. I'm not talking about anyone else who's not joined. Okay? I still have probably another 7 or 8 people who messaged me that they're going to join, which I can't see the names of. Okay? They'll likely join a bit later, or maybe they have a problem. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay? The question is every single person, these 13 in the list, talking with each other? Please raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, guys. Yeah. Seti runs an agency, management agency with 300 people. He knows 300 landlords, or I don't know, maybe 150 landlords, right? Question is, are you connecting with each other and connecting the dots? See where I'm going with this, guys? Am I saying anything that's not objective enough? Right? In the inner circle, there are 60 plus people. If every single of them connected with each other, one-to-one, hi Irene, if every single one of them connected with each other on one-to-one basis, I can almost guarantee there's 100 million pound worth of business every year just in the inner circle. Guaranteed. Okay? Question is, are you actually connecting with each other? Please, guys, go into the chat box, share about yourself. If someone is writing about themselves, ask them about themselves, ask them about them. So it's not just about you and it's about the other person as well. Talk to each other, okay? I promise you there's lots of business. It's not about who you know, it's who they know. So when you speak with me, it's not about you knowing me, it's who I know. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Right? So now there's 16 people here. Okay? Like I said, I had other people who messaged me, which we are slowly joining. Right? It is not about me and Seti. It's about me sitting down with Seti and saying, you know 100, 150 landlords. Let's sit down and talk. Okay? Which Seti, we need to do that. Okay? And Seti is not about me, you knowing each other. It's about 50 odd thousand people within the PE network and how we can make that work.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Remember, we are now creating a systematic way where we have a production line of deals, okay, at a scale, and there is still quite a few investors in the inner circle alone that can bring money, and we start to do this at scale, okay? So far, I was not able to do it at scale. Now we are going in that direction, okay? Good stuff. Now, on to the main subject of today's session. I'm actually just going to go through everyone, say hi. So we have everyone. Hey, Annie, open your mic, maybe share about yourself or maybe in the chat box, whichever way you like. Hey, Busman, good to see you, buddy. Hey, Irene. Hey, Grace. Jack, good to see you, buddy. Manmeet, good to see you. Michael, good to see you. Bobby, good to see you, bro. Open your mics. Let me see your beautiful faces. You can see my aging, beautiful face, right? Let me see your faces. All right. Good, good, good. I can see most of you. All right. Most of you are younger than me. All right. All right. Okay. I'm going to share my screen, guys. So Irene has sent a message with a phone number and written, let's chat. Irene, let's touch base between you and me as well. See what's happening on your end and see if we can, there might be some synergy, okay? So please do touch base with Irene. Likewise, everyone, put your numbers in the chat box, share about yourself. Make sure you have a link tree. I have a link tree. I share the link tree everywhere. People can check pretty much everything about me. They can check my professional website. They can check personal website. They can check LinkedIn profile. They can check pretty much everything about me, okay? Make sure you create one of them. Doesn't take too long. It takes about, I don't know, half an hour, okay? Okay, on to the main subject, all right? I'm going to share my screen with you. And in the meantime, while I'm doing that, please do ask questions while I'm sharing and the questions that you might have in your mind, the challenges that you might have in your mind, and I would be able to answer them for you as much as I can, okay? All right, I'm going to stop my screen and ask everyone a question. All right, there's quite a few here who are a part of the inner circle, okay? Raise your hand if you saw me writing this morning about the number of leads we've been generating for some of the members. Raise your hand if you read that. I want to see Sanav, the Mir has read that. Natasha, did you read that?
I haven't.
Yeah, so good idea to always read. David, did you read that? You did. Manmeet, did you read that? Open your mic or maybe write in the chat box.
I had a very quick glimpse.
Yes. Okay. So Alan, did you read that?
I didn't get a chance to catch up with that, Jack. No.
Okay. So I'm actually going to show you the number of leads and show you how we've generated them. Okay. So that's something we're going to do today, right? I want to see, the reason I'm asking that question is because I need you to be able to see how quickly this can be done and how profitable it can be. Okay. I'm getting to a point in life where I hate talking about money. It's about what money brings for you, right? It's the freedom to be able to loot, to be able to choose where you want to live, what you want to do with your time, and so on and so forth. It's not the money itself, it's the utility of money that matters, okay? So I'm going to share my screen, guys. All right, everyone can see my drive, Google Drive?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. All right, I'm going to open Berkshire. right? Guys, can you see 740 number here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just in Berkshire alone, slight bit of overlap between counties. Just in Berkshire alone, we've generated 700 plus leads. And this has been done in just a month. Just one single month. And I have probably invested less than half an hour a day in this. Okay, it's been generated. I have actually shown it to my colleague how it's done, and she's doing this full time. So there's one full-time person just generating potential property leads. Okay, this is just Berkshire alone. Okay. This is just Berkshire alone, right? Now, I'm going to go and click on a few more so you can see through. Leads for Moro. This is Southeast London. Can you see about 107? So let's say about 100. Yeah. Please raise your hand if you can see all of this. Right, good stuff. Stay. Okay. And then, Alan, there's your sheet, buddy. I don't know if you opened it or if you have access to it yet.
No, not yet, Jack. But that's
okay,
interesting.
so
Right.
yeah, so the postcode that you gave within that proximity, there's already there's already 172.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
right.
I'll follow up on those.
All right. If you don't have access, just ask me and I'll give you access. It takes about a few seconds. So.
Cheers. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you look at all of these sheets, can you see Lisa Moro, Alan, Anara, Damir, Berkshire, and then Buckinghamshire, and then this is between me and my colleague, right? There is well over 1,000 leads generated just in a month, okay? About a month, maybe a little over a month, okay? Okay.
Jack, sorry, can I ask a question? When you mean leads, what specifically are you?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that point. Okay.
Thank you.
In fact, let me share my screen so I can show you what it means rather than telling you. Okay. All right. All right. Can you guys see my Nimbus screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So when you look at Nimbus Maps, right, we are subscribed to Nimbus Maps. Okay. In fact, credit goes to me. It's his subscription. Okay. I'm saving money at the moment. Okay. Everyone can see site finding here on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. You click on site finding. You then click on predefined site finding strategies. Yeah, can you see that? When you click on that, there is categories and there's subcategories. And the first one is commercial conversions. Can you see that? Within commercial conversions, there are 4, right? So commercial to residential, under class ZA, you click on that. When you click on that, it creates a purple. And then it shows layer 1, active layer 1. Can you see that? Then the second one is class E with uppers. Click on that. 2 layers. Then the third one, low value commercial properties in residential area 3. And then the fourth one, commercial to residential conversions 4. Can you see active 4 layers? Right? And then if you go back up, it actually has 4 different. Then there's residential land and airspace. And then within that, there's 4 more layers. One is an overlap between commercial, airspace above flats, commercial to residential developments. Then airspace above houses. And then the last one is residential development plots. Now, guys, can you see there are 7 active layers? Can you see that here? Please raise your hand if you can see 7 active layers. Okay, now if you go back to the search part and write, which town do you want me to write, Manmeet?
Birmingham.
No, Natasha, no, Manmeet was asking that question, please.
Let's do East London. So
East
Romford.
London, right? So give me a town.
Romford.
Romford, okay. So Romford. Okay, Romford, UK. So many layers. Okay. Now I'm gonna hide these layers and put this back on. Active 7 layers, and Romford, I'll go back again. Right. Now we are in Romford. Okay, can you see the map?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit because we are too zoomed in. Right? Can you see what's happening here? It says 33%, this says 69%. Some of them will even say money. Can you see 626 grand?
Yeah.
I'm going to click on that. Sorry. Sometimes guys, just give me 1 sec. Natasha, the right pop-up. Sometimes it doesn't come. I don't know why. Zoom. Oh, because it's far too zoomed out. It's okay. So which one? Anyone, doesn't matter. This one? It's not coming. Takes time. There we go. Now, Manmeet, can you see this one says 1313K, which is 1.3 million, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now it says title number, address of the property, Chatwell Place,
Okay.
number of flats. Now, this is airspace above flats. Manmeet?
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone, but Manmeet was asking that location, so I'm asking her. So this is airspace above flats. That means there's already a block of flats there. And that with the new regulations in place, that this building alone would allow you for another floor, maybe 1 or 2 floors.
Right.
And it's predicting that you can do another 20 flats.
Oh, you can do 20 more on top.
20 more on top.
Okay.
The GDV, which is gross development value, would be 5 million.
Right.
Build cost would be 2.7. Allowance for profit would be 1 million. And approximate roof space value would be 1.3 million, which means 1.3 million is the price you can pay for the roof itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 1 million is the profits. Build cost is 2.75. And the end value is a little over 5 million. Now, remember, these are what I call phase 1 due diligence. And that the numbers need to be checked thoroughly to make sure they're close to this. They're normally about in the region. These are, I would say they're normally about 90% accurate. They're never 100% accurate because these are algorithms picking these, right?
So is this
Okay.
like this Nimbus Maps, like is it picking, so for example, we're looking obviously, as you know, to do a residential flip, right? So these are quite
Yes.
numbers up. So
Yes.
is this able to just pick out which properties we would be able to get below market value and then refurb? No. So what's the purpose of?
No. So let me share with you in that context. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing screen since I can see you, so I can go back to sharing screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is what happens, Manmeet. So when you look at that potential leads sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can download a sheet of 1,000 deals, well, at 250 at a time. So I can do on 4 searches over 1,000 leads. These are potential leads in the sense of that these deals have the potential to add value to.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this could be a multi-unit deal, or it could be a single unit deal. Okay.
Yeah, understood.
There is another layer called the HMO layer. There's 3 layers within the HMO layer as well, which is where you can see single unit properties that can be converted into, or so they can be extended towards the back, side, up, wherever. And then, so there's actually another layer of that as well within the where I showed you, which I didn't use. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you that as well. Let me take you back. Okay, let me take you back. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to share screen. All right. Now I'm going back to those the predefined site planning strategies. It's not clicking. Nimbus Maps is funny as well sometimes. There we go. Now I'm going to scroll down. Manmeet, can you see HMOs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on that. Within HMOs, there is residential conversion to HMO. Click on that.
Yeah.
Existing HMOs with potential to extend. Can you click? Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, before I was on 7 layers. Now I added 2 more. That's 9 layers. Okay. Now, can you see these small plots here? See that?
Yeah.
I'm going to click on one of them, and this is going to be a HMO. See that? Residential conversion to a HMO. C4 sui generis, observing Article 4. That means this is based on already keeping in mind what Article 4 might be. Okay. Space. There's not enough space for me to scroll up and down between the screen. Okay. Ratio of HMOs to properties for that. Okay. So this one does not quite give you enough numbers. All it does is gives you an address. See that? Number 6, Kingston Road, Romford. That's RM1 3NA.
Yeah.
Okay. Site density, 33%. That means that you have another site. So basically, you have another 70% to play on the side and at the back, or maybe even upwards as well. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Normally, you can play till about 50%. Are you with me? Okay.
Yeah.
I can go and click on any of these. See all of these smaller ones? Yeah.
Mm.
See that? Again, residential conversion to HMO. Site density 21%. And I can click on another one. And this is again giving you similar numbers. Can be just slow. Okay. So Nimbus Maps can be just slow, right? Sometimes. Manmeet, can you see? It says 694 grand here.
Yeah.
And this one says 113K. This one says 2.492K, which is 2.4 million. This is 1.3 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are potential profits in certain deals. Okay.
Right.
Now, did that give you your answer to some extent? Remember, this is a very detailed process you have to go through. I'm going to share more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Very interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to share with you one more interesting thing, guys, which is, I think a lot of people, I can see from my understanding of people that I know here, need that, which is cash flow. A lot of people come to me and say, well, we want to do developments, but developments take forever, and we don't see no cash for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How do we survive doing property business where we can generate cash flow within property business? Here's your solution, guys. I am going to remove all of these layers. Just give me 1 sec. I've removed all of these layers, okay? And I'm now at site finding again, okay? And then instead of predefined site finding strategies, you go to planning search and you write the authority, let's say Romford. We were checking Romford. I think Romford has a council, right? What's the name of the council, Manmeet?
Yeah. It's Havering, I think.
Havering, is it? Okay. Havering, there we go. Yeah, can you see Havering? It picked up authority, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, so all I did was I went to planning search, I wrote the authority here, and I clicked on application type. So let's say residential opportunities, retail, offices, industrial development, strategic schemes, PD rights, even care homes and HMOs. Okay. And then I scroll down. And then in the middle of that, the pop-up of this Zoom comes. And then you click on find sites. Right. Manmeet, can you see all of these?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. These are your block opportunities that you can filter. So what does that mean? If I click on any one of them, this is 31 Tyndall Close, RM3 0PB, private owner, site area 0.66. Planning history. So this is a pending application on this single story re-extension with an overall depth of, there's already one. And these are the planning histories of all of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you click on any one of them, it will show you the opportunity, right? What kind of opportunity is it? Okay. I've clicked on a different one. This is a detached house, C3. Another thing between that, Manmeet, is when you look at a detached house and you walk on that same street, I'm going to click on ordnance survey of this. Oh no, it's not picking up each. When you click on each property,
Yeah.
if let's say this site is 0.144 acre, okay? If let's say on the same street there is a block of flats on a similar size plot, that means there is precedent set for you to be able to get planning application approved for multiple units.
Right.
Okay, that's your planning gain deal. Does that make sense? Okay. You can even download this list and then go through it. Can you see there's a sign here called down? I'm going to click on this, and it has downloaded a sheet of 250 deals in the local region. Okay, can you see that, Manmeet?
Yeah.
It's downloaded a sheet of 250 potential leads. Okay, and then it tells you what this deal is all about.
Hmm.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Within this, you will find properties where there's permission for block of flats. Okay. Now I'm gonna just go to the number of units. Right? Can you see all of this is pending? Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you see that retrospective application for 7x 2-story 3-bed dwellings with associated parking and amenity space?
Yeah.
7x 2-story building. From my understanding, that would be units. Hold on. Just give me one sec, guys. Can you also see, where is D gone? Okay. Delete this for a second. So you can see D. I can't seem to pull out D. D. Guys, can you see number D? This is units. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
This is the number of units any planning application has. Can you see this is number 9 units?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is existing proposed curb alterations, demolition of existing building with a 2-story building with a accommodation to provide 9 apartments. And this is pending. Okay. I'm going to come back to this, what I mean by that. Can you see 46 units pending? 34 units pending. Eight units pending. Again, any 8 units pending. 138 units pending.
The pending status is planning permissions, or?
It is, yes. So they've applied for planning permission. They're waiting. All right, guys. I need you to just listen very carefully, okay? Just in that sheet alone, there was about 7 or 8 leads with 9 or more units, or 8 or more units, right? These are developers who are developing and have applied for planning permission. They're likely going to get this planning permission. Likely, not 100%. When they do get planning, you can go in and say, would you like us to manage your block? Okay. And let's say you manage to find 2 unit blocks in a year. I'm taking a very conservative number. Raise your hand if you know what I mean. 2 blocks in a year under your management. Okay. 9 or more units, because if you take less than 9 units, you can't hire a manager and pay them a salary and be profitable. If it's more than 9 units, you can hire a manager, pay them a salary and still be profitable. Shall I detail the numbers for you? If you make 500 pounds from each unit a month, 9 units will bring you 4,500 a month in profits. I'm taking a conservative number. Each unit can sometimes make you up to 2,000 a month. I'm taking a conservative number. So let's say even if you take 500 times 9, 4,500, you pay a manager 2,000 a month, you're still left with 2,500 a month. When you have a manager in place, you only maybe manage 1%, 2%, maybe 3%. The rest of it gets managed by the manager. You acquire 2 of these at 9 units, you'll be making 5,000 a month quite passively. And let's say now you acquire one which is 50 units in the middle. 500 times 50, that's 25,000 pounds a month. Conservative, guys. Some of these units can make up to 2,000 a month. Please raise your hand if you can see cash flow. While you have a manager in place managing it for you, and all you do is find these deals, negotiate them, get them over the line, bring the money into the picture, put a manager on, and sit on this income passively. I'll let that sink in, guys. Please ask your questions in the chat box. I'll come back to it. I want everyone to get this let this sink in, okay? I can do the same for hotels, okay? In fact, I don't even need Nimbus Maps for that. I can do it on Google and booking.com, okay? Make a list of hotels in your local region with 30 or more rooms, not below that, because then you can't pay a manager and be profitable. When it's over 30 rooms that you can hire a manager and still be profitable. Raise your hand if you know this. Anyone who's running a hospitality business, it takes anywhere between 10 to 20 years to be tired. Raise your hand if you know what I mean. Run a hospitality business, and I can assure you it'll take anywhere between 10 to 20 years for even a young person. Like someone could be 18 years old, they do it for 10, 15 years, and they'll still be tired. So when you approach a hotelier, or you approach these landlords with large blocks, I can assure you, many of them don't want to manage it anymore. I'm talking about operations. How many hoteliers or block management companies do you know that they would manage it themselves? I am not even talking about the model of you managing yourself. You have to manage it when you actually do it on a smaller scale. We are not even talking smaller scale, we're talking medium to large scale. So you could hire a manager, only do very little work at the back of that so you don't get tired. Someone else is actually doing the work for you. You're overseeing the projects, and you keep adding these into your management company. So you could have, let's say, even if, I always take conservative numbers, like even if you acquire 2 of these blocks or hotels under your management, you could look back 5 years later, you'd be sitting on 30, 40 grand passive income a month. Like I said, I hate talking about money these days. It's about the freedom that it brings. Imagine if you have a manager on every single deal, and you've got 10 deals like that, and you're sitting in Spain or wherever you want to be in the world with your laptop, and you're making 30, 40, 50 grand a month. I am not even talking about development deal, guys. I'm not talking about planning gain. I'm not talking about going into very advanced strategic game. I'm talking about basic finding block deals, finding hotels in the local region, hire a manager, put it on, manage it. Ask me more detailed questions when you're running the show. I will tell you everything about effectiveness, efficiency, systems to use, how to hire effectively, what kind of people to hire, what to look out for that you shouldn't be doing. I've been through the whole process. Okay, Irene, you had a question. Please go ahead, open your mic and ask.
So with regards to, you said you want to make a list using Google. So do you just look for hotels in the area?
That is right, yes. So go to Google and say hotels in wherever you live, and then go to booking.com at the same time, because booking.com is very dominant in UK, okay? Yes, there are other portals, Expedia and Airbnb and a whole bunch of, which most of them are owned by Expedia, but booking.com is the most dominant. Go on booking.com, compare the list between Google and booking.com. From booking.com and Google, you can check hotels with 30 or more, basically, rooms. You make a list of them, and then you start to approach those landlords.
How do you approach the landlords? Because you usually call, you just call, visit the hotel.
Yeah, show your face. People want to see faces. If you don't know how to cold approach, ask me on a separate session. I'll share that with you.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just that when you say managing means that you are renting the hotel from the owner.
Either renting or leasing.
So how do you calculate how much is the right rent?
It's not very difficult. I can actually do it verbally right in front of you, but it's best if I give you a spreadsheet.
All right.
Ask me for that spreadsheet next week. It's very, very simple. Like, it's so simple. I'll tell you how. Let's say you look at a block of 10 flats. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you go reverse engineer your numbers. Okay? You go to AirDNA.
Yeah.
And check the average occupancy in the region. That's short-term occupancy. It will give you a percentage. Take that percentage. It's going to probably be anywhere between 50 to 70%. I wouldn't take any more than 70% because you are then not being conservative with your numbers. So whatever number it gives you, play with that from AirDNA. And let's say in the region, the average rate, which again you can check on AirDNA, is, let's say it's £100. Okay? £100 a night times 10 flats in a block, that's £1,000 a day. Okay, 1,000 a night. 1,000 a night times 365 days in a year, multiplied by the average occupancy, which let's say in this case could be 60, 70%. That gives you a figure. Okay, and then you minus your expenses, which is your utilities, your council tax, your service charges, and then maintenance. And then leave a profit margin that you want to make out of it. And then you have the reverse engineered rental figure in front of you. When you go to negotiate, take conservative figures. So even if you have to negotiate a little more or up with the landlord, that you are able to do so. Start low, and then you're able to give it a bit more.
Yeah.
That was easy. I mean, I can do it on a spreadsheet in 5 minutes, but you know what I mean, right?
Okay, so you have to visit the hotel. And if the receptionist doesn't allow you to speak to the landlord?
She likely won't. You have to persist to find people.
Mm.
Because she's thinking in her head, she's going to lose her job.
Mm. Mm.
How difficult it is to find the landlord of a property or hotel. Super easy.
Okay, I never tried before.
Mr. Google, Mr. LinkedIn.
Land registry, maybe?
Land registry too. You don't have to even go there. I think Google will give you the answer. Okay, in most cases it will. Okay. Any more questions, Irene?
No, I think with the management, I think that's probably good. You know, I haven't got a management team. So you're talking about taking over lettings and rental, right?
So I'm talking about two sides of the business, right? One side is doing developments, doing planning gain, doing conversions, you know, value add deals where you don't see immediate cash.
That's right.
Okay. The problem with property is most people, why they struggle is because deals like that, you don't see money for sometimes 12 months, sometimes even up to 5 years.
Mm.
And they want to see how quick they can generate fast cash flow. I've just given it to you how to create fast cash flow. Block management and hotel management.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fast. And remember, the criteria I gave you between 9 minimum blocks in a flat and 30 or more units in a hotel, that will give you enough profit margin in a deal to hire a manager and not actually become a slave of the system.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually telling you that if you take any of the deals that is less than 9 units or less than 30 units in a hotel, you have no choice but to manage it yourself, because you can't hire a manager. There's not a profit, and that way you will become a slave of the system. So don't do that.
Mm.
Okay, Irene, when you become a partner member with PEN, we will generate the leads for you. You make initial contact. We will negotiate together. We will manage it together. I will even bring the money. So PEN will also bring the money for you. Okay? So then it becomes like a JV partnership between yourself and PEN. But that can only happen when you're a part of the partner program, partners program. Okay? And then we also generate for you leads for you for not just, like I said, block management and hotels. We generate leads for you for planning gain, developments, conversions, as well as single unit, conversions and below market value deals and HMO conversions and so on and so forth as well. Okay. And like I said, in most cases, we can bring the money as well. As long as the deal stacks, I don't see why we can't bring the money. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me share something very interesting with you guys. Okay, I'm going to share screen back again. All right, guys, can you see my screen? Okay, I'm going to go back to site finding. I'm going to click on predefined strategies, and I'm going to put back all the layers that are available. Okay. This is residential.
Sorry, Jack, I can't see your screen. Is it me?
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so Grace, is from your end, please. So I'm going to go back, and there's, the commercial conversions layer. There's the uppers on the commercial. There is the low value commercial properties in residential area. And then there's the commercial to residential conversions. And then there's the residential, which is residential land and airspace, which is commercial to residential developments, airspace of our flats, airspace of our houses, and then low value commercial, which was already a part of the commercial as well, and then residential plots as well. Right? I'm going to go back and remove the HMO layers for a second. Class with uppers, I'll leave that, actually. Low value, I'll leave that. This is sui generis HMO, I'm removing that. And existing HMOs with potential, I'm doing that. Okay, so now there's 7 layers. Can you see 7 layers, guys? This is commercial and residential development layers, okay? Remove this. So now I am again in Romford. I'm going to click on any one of these deals. So this one says about £1 million in profits. Okay. It doesn't bring profits sometimes. It's very annoying with Nimbus Maps. Sometimes the pop-ups not come through. I'm clicking. Shall I zoom in a bit more? Yeah. Okay, let's just click on something else. This one looks interesting, but 6 million in profits. No, it's this one. No. Or zoom in more. It sometimes doesn't bring pop-ups. There we go. All right, guys. Can you see this deal? Flats 1 to 9 inclusive. Guys, can you see the numbers here? Gross development value, 27 million. Okay. These are potential profits. Build cost 12.3 million. Allowance for profit 5.5 million. An approximate roof space value. This is basically airspace above flats again. Roof space value 9.7 million. Okay. Now, if I click on the title, it pops up another one on the left, which gives you details of this deal a bit more. Okay. Right. Can you see another pop-up here, which is basically the details of the deal? Self-contained flats includes managed and apartments. There are 91 already there. Can you see that? There are 93 leasehold titles. This is the title number. It's owned by a limited partnership, so it seems like a private company. Site area just shy of 1 acre. Not in green belt, not in flood zone. And then there's a whole bunch of other layers which takes you to the next level of due diligence. So can you see boundaries, planning policy constraints, environmental constraints, a whole shebang that you can check here. Heritage constraints, strategic land, all of that. I'm not going to go into detail because it'll just get a bit more confusing for those who may still be new to this. Okay? Guys, I'm going to share something very interesting with you so you can see through, okay? We did a deal where we took an option agreement. So we agreed an option agreement for £1 on a really large detached house. Completion was to be done in 24 months. Agreed price 1.1 million 24 months later. So now we had signed legally an option controlling the property. We applied for planning permission for 8 units. That's 6 flats and 2 semis. We got the planning permission for 8 units. We did not develop the site. We sold the option agreement for 1.7 million. Our investment was only 20 grand between legals, architects, and planners. We made 600 grand in profits by investing 20 grand. I'll let that sink in again, guys. Okay.
That's amazing, Jack. Yeah, fantastic.
Some of these sites that you look at, if I'm looking at a site that I have to pay 10 million for, I'm not going to go and pay 10 million. Okay. I'm going to go and try and to negotiate an option agreement, or you can call it delayed completion. Okay. Subject to planning. There's all sorts of wordings people use. It doesn't really matter what you use. It's basically delayed completion subject to getting planning permission. Okay. I'm not going to go in and agree on a site that's going to cost me 10 million. Okay. Unless I can sign an option agreement, get the option agreement, apply for planning, go and get the planning. If you want to develop it after that, that's entirely up to you. You don't want to develop it, you go and sell the option agreement. less stress, more profits. If you want to develop and take the stress, be my guest. You still make more profits. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it comes with a lot more stress. Okay. Go ahead, Irene, and then I'll go to.
How do you find the seller?
More questions. Go ahead, Irene.
How do you find the seller?
How do you find a seller for deals like that?
No, not seller. Sorry, the buyer for your deal, where you earn 1.7 mil for the planning.
You mean buyer for deals like that?
Yeah. So for your option.
Send me a deal, and I'll sell it for within 24 hours for you.
All right. Okay.
Okay. There are so many builders out there that will pay you any money that you'd ask for. They'd work on like 10% profit margin, 50% profit margin. When you're direct with the landlord, you're probably sitting on 20, sometimes even up to 40 and 50% profit margins. Remember, I'm talking about direct to landlord deals. I'm not talking about agents. I'm not talking about going through a sourcer. I'm talking about direct to landlord deals. Even if you source these properties for someone, they will pay you an overage of 5 to 10%. So if a deal has 5 million profits, you can ask them 500,000 in overage, as in your fees. Does that answer your question, Ari? Never charge fees. Always charge overage on the value you bring on the table. If you're going to bring me a deal that I'm going to make £1 million, why are you hesitating asking me for a fee of 10%? That's 100 grand. I do it all the time. I'm not going to give you a deal if it's going to make £1 million and you're not even going to pay me 100 grand. I'm not giving you the deal. Okay? There are loads of builders who will grab these deals within minutes. Okay? All right, I'm going to go through the list and ask me if you have any questions, and I'll continue with that. Damir, do you have any questions?
Well, several questions, too many. Actually, when you have these, when you search for sites and build a list of these potential blocks, then you searched in 2024. And yes. My question is, when something, even if it's granted in 2024, it takes it maybe 6 to 12 months, maybe 18 months to develop and do everything. So you have like lag in future, for these.
No, Damir, wait. When you want to get business from someone, you ask for them for the business when it hasn't even been created, not after when it's created. Okay. So yes, you're right, there's a lag. Yeah. But you're starting well before anyone else. Okay. And that's how you got to do it. Okay. Okay. Remember, for hotels, there's no lag. Yeah. There's tired landlords who are hoteliers. There's no lag. You can go straight in.
No, that one not. No, I'm just
blocks of flats, you're right. There's a lag. But that's okay. You're approaching them at a point when they're already thinking of the exit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but on the other hand, there are also some potentially, some sites that are with refused planning. Or maybe you can initiate it again.
Exactly. So remember, if someone has applied for 9 or more units, even if they get refused, they're not going to leave the case. They'll keep persisting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Remember, I'm talking about 2 different things here, guys. I know but I'm repeating this. We're talking about value-add deals, either it is single unit, multi-unit, or planning gain. And then we're talking about cash flow, which is blocks and hotels. Okay? And that would come as assets under your management. I can't think of better ways to do property business. Okay? That's how you got to play. You got to play cash flow, and you got to play add value. When you make money from add value, you invest it back into cash flow, and then you keep growing your cash flow.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't think of a better way to do property business. I can assure you, no one in the country guaranteed, and there's very few things I guarantee, no one in the country can guarantee that there's a better way. There isn't. There just isn't. Okay, like I said, I don't guarantee many things, but this is something I can because I know for sure. Okay. Nav, do you have any questions?
No, it's fine. It's very interesting.
Okay. Any questions?
Can I ask a question?
Annie, please go ahead.
I'm finding it very, very obviously beneficial, but I can't quite get much. But it's a bit complicated for me, but very, very helpful.
Thank you.
How would I catch up with this again? And probably do you send recordings?
So yes, it is recorded, Annie, but it's only for our partner members.
Okay.
If you want to become a partner member, just ask me and I'll share the link.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Guys, let me share something very interesting, okay? Everything that I've shared, it doesn't go anywhere, and you're not going to make any money if you don't take action and you don't know how to close deals. That is your negotiation skills. Okay, if you don't have your sales skills, your persuasion skills, your negotiation skills, you're going to make zero money. Okay, you need to learn how to persuade and get a yes from a landlord. You need to learn how to get a yes from an investor. You need to learn how to get a yes from a landlord. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere. When we are doing this partner membership, right, you're going to learn persuasion skills in the middle of all of that. We literally are doing these deals besides you, where we come ourselves, like I would come into the picture and negotiate the deal alongside you, with you. Okay. I can see Symbol. I don't know who that is. Symbol, I'm going to share a link of the partner member program in the chat box. In fact, let's do one thing. Instead of sharing the partner member program, which I can, send me a WhatsApp message and I will share. I'll book your tour as well.
Oh, that's good. I'll do that as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share in the chat box the link to the partner membership. Chat. Shared the link in the chat box, and here is my WhatsApp number if you don't have me. I've sent my number as well, my WhatsApp number. Send me a WhatsApp message saying session or partner program, and I'll be happy to share that link with you, and I can jump on a call with you to see where you are on the journey. Okay?
Jack, just quickly.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead now.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
I'm working with a client. He's got a hotel in Islington. Now he wants to convert, add an extra 9 rooms or something. It's something that I might bring to you. He does want to sell it, and also I'll see if I can negotiate some rooms over 30.
Did you say he wants to or he doesn't want to?
He does want to, but so it's something I might bring to you sometime next week, and maybe we discuss on that one. Yeah.
All right. Yes, that's fine. Here is something interesting for you guys. Okay, so you can see through. When you approach a block landlord or a hotel landlord, and even if they're tired, in most cases they can't sell.
That's true.
Do you know why? Anyone has an answer to that? I'll give you an answer if you don't have it.
Too much money.
Sell. Because they are scared of capital appreciation, guys. It's a huge damn tax bill, and they would rather keep that portfolio and put it in a trust and enjoy the income from that for the rest of their life. Because if let's say someone is at a hotel for 10, 20, 30 years, they've probably tripled, quadrupled, or 5 or 10 times the value, and they've probably got a tax bill of a few millions, and they don't want to sell it. Okay? So the only choice, in most cases, they're left with is give it to someone for management and put it under a trust. So you're going to see very few of these large deals being sold just purely because it's a huge capital gains tax bill. Okay? If I see myself, as in even right now I have 3 hotels, and then I have another block of 14 flats coming to me. If someone is going to ask me 10, 15 years later when I am tired, 20 years, 30 years later, and if someone comes and says, why don't you sell it? Do you think I can sell the damn building? I'm going to get hit with a 40% capital tax bill. I'd rather put it in a trust and give it to someone else for management.
Mhm.
Guys, can you see through? Raise your hand if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They can't sell. They're just gonna. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone. Okay. So there's gonna be a lot more deals out there. All right. Natasha, do you have any questions?
I do.
Go on.
If a developer has a planning permission going through and they're struggling with it, and it's something that you want, can you do like a right to contest to the council whilst they're looking at?
It depends on deal by deal basis. Natasha, your voice isn't that great, so I'm struggling to hear you. But it depends on deal by deal basis. If you send me the deal, I can go and do due diligence. I can do some due diligence. My daughter has made this just now.
Oh,
it looks beautiful. It's my wife's birthday tomorrow. So going back, Natasha, it depends on deal by deal basis. If you bring me the deal, it takes me about 5-10 minutes to look at very quickly. Most
you
people.
I'll point it out to you. You do have it. I'll point it out to you. I'll email it back to you.
Email it back to me, but you need to. I think the deal that you send me across, I couldn't pinpoint on Nimbus Maps. I don't know why.
I'm going to purchase Nimbus Maps now that, you know,
okay,
thanks to Demir, he's, you know, allowed us to see. I'm going to purchase that because it seems like an amazing tool to have. And I will, I'm not sure whether I can send you a link through there, but I'll take a picture.
Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Connect with Nisha from the inner circle. She works with PEN. Okay? She works, she works for us. Okay? Or remind me tomorrow and I'll put you in touch with her. Send her the address. Jump on a quick call, Zoom call with her. 5 minutes. Pinpoint exactly where the deal is. She can do the basic due diligence within a minute. Send it across to me and I'll have the answer for you.
Lovely. Well done.
The whole thing takes no more than 5 minutes as long as we can pinpoint the deal.
Okay, will do.
All right. Okay. Any more questions, Natasha?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Damir, any questions? Alan, any questions?
No, that's fine.
It's been a fantastic session, Jack. The only question is, can I have access to those leads that you mentioned at the start of the call?
They are prepared for you. They have your name on it. Okay.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
I'll be too tired tomorrow. Just ask me tomorrow. Alan, one thing I realized quite a long time ago. Any product or service that we do, unless you don't find a way to make it like a belt production, it's challenging.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
So I'm literally trying to find a way to make it like a belt production, not just for us, but for you as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine if we can generate, let's say 100 leads a day, and we give it to you, let's say 10 days later, you've got 1,000 leads. Of the 1,000, let's say we even close 0.2%, that's still 2 leads in 10 days.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's fantastic. Yeah.
That and then we don't have to do them ourselves. We can just source them out to someone else.
Yeah.
Charge an overage, even if it means 50 grand, 100 grand.
Yeah.
You know, that money you take it, you put it back into some asset management unit, and then you just start to create this cash flow. It's really belt level production that you need to be looking at. I know none of this is easy, but at the same time, is it worth it? The answer is yes. Okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Just gonna go. Manmeet, do you have any questions?
No, I was just about to say thank you so much. It's been really useful and informative. I need to jump off now, but Bobby can stay on. But no, that's great.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much for all your advice.
Thank you,
Meeting
Melanie. Thank
everybody
you.
else.
Thank you. Grace, do you have any questions?
No, I was just wondering, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, I was just wondering about what you explained just a few minutes ago about the reason why they wouldn't be able to sell the hotel. So what is going to be your persuasive strategy for them to sell, if you want them to sell, if you actually want them to sell?
Grace, if you go back to the trainings, I talk about GROW model, which is G stands for goals, R for reality, O for opportunities, W for will. I think 50% of what I share is all about persuasion. Okay, like literally you can go back to the trainings and 50% of all of that is all about persuasion. Because like I said, without persuasion, none of this means anything. Okay, and all of that persuasion model, I only use one and only one model. In fact, I use GROW model on every single bit of my communication in even personal life. I'm talking to my kids, they're asking for a chocolate. I don't want to buy them a chocolate. I'm using GROW model. Okay, I'm talking to a landlord. I want them to give me a yes at the right price. I'm using the GROW model. You need to go back to the trainings, watch the GROW model. Like I said, 50% of nearly 200 hours of trainings, that's nearly 100 hours of trainings, is just based on persuasion. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not gonna.
Yeah.
I have seen more people highly educated doing shitty jobs because they can't sell themselves. And I've seen really people who've not even done their GCSEs doing really amazing things because they know how to get a yes. Okay? Okay?
I agree.
Anara, do you have any questions?
Thank you, Jack. And now
I can't hear you. Anara, I can't hear you.
1 second.
Okay, in the meantime, while you sort this out, Bobby Bro, do you have any questions?
Вытащи меня. Он меня не слышит.
Anara, if you get into a better coverage area, I can see you're in a low coverage area. Come back to me in a couple of minutes. Bobby, do you have any questions?
I do have a question, but yeah, thank you very much, Jack. It's been very inspiring.
Again, your volume isn't great. Bobby, please.
How about now?
Much better.
All right, I haven't changed that. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much. It's been absolutely inspiring. Firstly, to you with what the wisdom that you've shared. So thank you very much. We've got an interesting predicament. I guess you know that we're getting into property ourselves. So we after hearing all this, I'm like, might be wise for us to go back on the drawing board. We've got 400,000-500,000 of liquidity, and initially our plan was going into flips. So based on, we want to generate liquidity, we want to generate passive income. So someone with 400,000, who do have their full-time jobs, what would you say to them?
Okay, so strategy is, there's business strategy and there's personal strategy. With the personal strategy, there's 3 layers, right? 3 layers means, let's say someone is sitting on a really good active income.
Yeah.
That means they're working and they're making really good money.
Yeah.
Then for them, focusing on these development deals and planning gain deals is better because then you make a lump sum.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone is sitting on medium level income, then it's a combination of cash flow, that is block management and hotels, and lump sum deals, that is planning gain deals and commercial deals, right? And if someone's got a really low active income or zero active income, then they should be a lot more focusing on cash flowing deals, which is the block management and hotel deals, right? So that's your personal strategy ground. You obviously know where you are sitting.
Yeah, I mean,
But
just
at the same time,
yeah,
yeah.
We are on the comfortable
Yes.
income,
So
the good income.
Within that, I know people who want to increase their cash flow, passive cash flow. Remember, it's never fully passive. You always manage a little bit. But they want to increase their cash flow, passive cash flow, and then come out of the active income, that is, they're doing their job, and then be full time.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that by what I just shared. So if you have 400 grand liquidity, I mean, you can easily acquire properties worth about 30, 40 million under that money. Okay? I mean, if you have a hotel that is good occupancy in a good location, you sign a lease, let's say he charges you 200 grand in lease. Let's say it's let's say 30 grand rental income or whatever that you're paying rent every month or whatever, depending on where it is, right? You can generate just alone from that hotel by putting in a manager, you can generate, 20, 30 grand a month cash just with the liquidity that you have. And same with block management. Like you can look at a block of, let's say 10 units. Let's say the rent is 1,000 a unit, more likely in Midlands that price. But let's say even if it's a 1,500 a unit, and 10 units, that's 15,000 pounds. The landlord is going to charge you 1 month's deposit 1 month's rent. That's 30 grand. You acquire the block. Let's say you sign a 2 years agreement. 30 grand. You got 10 units under your management. Each of them makes you, like I said, very conservatively 500 pound a month. You've got, you're making out of 10 units 5,000. You pay a manager 2,000. You're sitting on passive income of 3,000 a month. You've invested 30 grand. Remember, 15 of that is going to come back to you. Okay? You've only invested hypothetically 15 grand. Yes, you invest 30 and you're going to get back 30 grand and you're making 3 grand in passive income. And you get your money back within 10 months. And then 2 years later, when the agreement ends, if he wants to take the block back, that's fine. If he doesn't want to take it back, you continue. But whenever you give the block back, you still get your 15 grand back. So you can make your money back within 5 months. You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
I don't see, and because you've got a manager, I can tell you from my experience, I probably manage anywhere between 1 to 2%. The rest gets managed by a manager. So remember, I've been sitting in India for the past 14, 15 months. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
It does, Jack, and even more. It's the more wisdom. So thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. You know, Bobby, let me share with you my challenge. Here is my challenge. My challenge is getting someone to sit down and just listen. I did that for the good part of 15 years of my life, initial part of 15 years of life. I wouldn't even talk. But just listening. And it's difficult to get people to just look. I'm talking objective, sensible stuff that you can do and create enough cash for your life. You can get to 500,000, even if you do 2 or 3 decent deals. 500,000 a year. You can get to £1 million a year. You do 3, 4 decent deals in passive cash flow, income. All right? Not very difficult. All right? Michael, do you have any questions?
No, it's been really good, very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Anara, do you have any questions?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes,
can
go
you
ahead.
Hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for this session, and I can see more clarification. And yeah, it's inspired
Again,
me.
Anara, you are in a low coverage area. I can already see that. I can't hear you.
I wrote in chat.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's
great.
Fine. Okay, that's fine. Jag, do you have any questions? Jag Baines?
Hi, Jack. No, not at the minute. Not at the minute.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you.
It's all good. The session was really informative.
All right, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
If you want to find out more, just send me a message, bro. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. I have someone called Symbol on the chat. Do you want to open your mic and if you have any questions? Not sure about that.
Yeah, this KB.
Yes, hi.
Yes,
Hi. Hey, KB,
I'm
what's
driving,
happening,
that's
man?
why.
You're right.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Super delivery, and I'm super excited.
Okay.
I think there are things that I'm going to come back to you strongly. That I've got to wake
I've
up.
been requesting you to let's talk, man.
You
I've been doing that.
100%. You've been awesome. You've been consistent, resilient, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you so much
Thank you, bro.
for not
Let's touch
giving up
base
on
whenever
me.
you like. Let's touch base whenever you like. All right.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
So, guys, if you have any questions, please do ask. Maybe send me a WhatsApp message. I have someone called Siesta. No, that's you, bro. That's you, bro. KB, I have you there. Your screen changes to Siesta, to KB, to Bossman. All right. So, guys, if you have any questions, please do send me a WhatsApp message. I'll be happy to jump on a call, guide you through. Go ahead.
Jack, can I ask one question? You mentioned to Bobby earlier on about him having 400K, and you can say he could buy up to 30 million prop.
That is right, yeah.
What sort of strategy are you talking about?
I'm not talking about, Irene, I'm not talking about buying, I'm talking about assets under management.
Oh, right.
So imagine, I'll give you an example, okay? So let's say you have a block of 10 units in, let's say, Hounslow. Okay? A block of 10 units in Hounslow, each unit has a rental of 1,500 a month. Okay? That flat is worth probably about 400 grand. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So 10 flats would be worth 4 million.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you with me? Acquire those 10 flats. If it's a 1,500 rental on 10 flats, it's a 15,000 pound rental a month. The landlord is going to ask you 1 month of rental advance. That's 15,000. So you need 30,000 pounds to acquire 4 million pound worth of properties as in under your management.
Okay.
So if let's say it takes 30 grand to acquire 4 million pound worth of assets, if you have 300 grand, that's 40 million pound worth of assets under your management.
Right. Okay. To be a letting agent, do you have to have a license?
Yes, you need to be registered with PRS, or I think there's 2 companies you need to be registered with. So PRS is the one that we are registered with. You have to be also registered with Office of Commissioner's Office, right, which is the GDPR office. And then you also have to be anti-money laundering compliant. And then the 4th thing you have to have is your business liability insurance. So 4 things that you have to have in place to be able to do this. Okay, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. Information Commissioner's Office, which is ICO, is £35 a year. PRS is, I think, just shy of 200 a year.
Yeah.
Anti-money laundering is about 400 or something a year. And then your business liability is wherever it is, right? 30, 40 or 50 a month.
Okay. And with regards, how do you find a manager?
A whole bunch of recruitment portals. Indeed is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you look for somebody who's run letting agent before?
They have managed portfolios, yes.
Okay.
Okay, remember, when you're managing a like a block, what could go wrong? You're checking people in and out. You're making sure that the cleaners are coming and doing their job. You're making sure that the systems are in place to bring the management. You're making sure that there's a systematic way to hear what the customers have to say. And then if there's any management, any maintenance issues, not rocket science, just common sense.
I'm thinking of giving it to charity for the homeless. Do you think there'll be risk with if I'm going to, they're going to sign a list for high risk?
Most landlords won't give you their property if you're going for homeless.
No. Okay.
They won't give it to you.
Okay.
If you talk homeless, they think, oh, they're going to come and trash their property.
Right.
And you're going to run away and they'll be left in a mess. So most landlords will say no. Okay?
So if we're gonna run it, so more of essay or what would
Essay,
you?
yeah, essay.
The whole
Yep.
block.
That is right, yeah. And I can show you every single system, every single way of, you know, I mean, some of the properties that I manage, I can reach occupancies of 80 and 90%. I can show you how to do that. Okay? Another session, but you know, and when I say 500 a unit, I'm being very, very conservative. Sometimes you can make up to 2,000 a unit.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have to sign up for all these things before you approach the landlords?
No.
So you don't have to.
First you go and agree the deal. Once you've agreed the deal, all of these sign-ups are pretty easy.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, guys, any more questions? Otherwise, you can send me your questions in the by WhatsApp, and then I'd be happy to share them with you. All right, guys, have an absolutely amazing day.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.